Hello friends, I Dr. Pankaj Kumar Goswami welcome you all again in the machine learning using Python tutorial series. In the previous tutorial, we have talked about basically creation of bar plots. And we also learned about how we can stack a different kind of a data on a same bar plot using stacking. Then after, we have gone for the grouping of the bars. Then after, in this tutorial, we have a target to understand about the multiple subplots, how we can create subplots in a plot. So those are new with this video. I just wish to make them clear. Here I am using a common platform which is called as a Google Colab. It's a Google Colab platform. I'm working on that because it is easily accessible and available. We have so many platforms to work for Python, but here we have just preferred to work on a Google Colab. Later on, the same kind of things we can execute on the same Jupyter as well as Spyder or IDE 3.5 Python. So let's begin with the Google Colab. So as we have our own file created in which we are continuously working is the first program.ipynb file. This is my file and I'm working on it. You can create your own one using a new notebook. You can start like that. So if you want to get more information how to create the file, you may watch the first video that will help you. So I'm just opening my file. You can create a new notebook file. So now your file is open. Just remember about to connect it with the Google server of your file. I'm connecting it. And then moving. These all are the programs you have already worked. Last time we talked about this one. And we're going to create the new one. So here we have a new code. Beginning. So today we have a target to go for the multiple subplots. Multiple subplots. In a Python, we have a facility that we can create a different plot, subplots in a common plot. For that, let's take a very simple example to understand this thing. So here I'm just taking an example of creation of two subplots of damped and undamped oscillations. So those are the science student can easily understand what are basically the damped and undamped oscillations. So here we are going to work with these oscillations. So let's start. So first of all, because we are going to work with the numerical data arrays, so it is better to always import numpy. And this numpy I am just taking as in a short form as np. Then after I'm importing matplotlib. .pyplot as plt. So I'm just importing this one. So now basically I'm just ready with the two files that have been imported. This library is open for numerical and this library is open to plotting the plots. Let's begin with the two variables. Let's assume the first variable is x and giving a number as x1 equals to and creating np line space. So let's create first of all a first array x1 using linear spacing script of the numpy. So I'm starting it from the 0.0 to 5.0. So it will be creating an array of equal spacing. Then after creating the next one, as x2 using the same np dot linear spacing, and in that I'm using a different one which is used to be 0.0 to 2.0 of the two different attributes I've just taken. So let's begin with the y1. So here I'm just giving an output and creating np dot cosine function. So here I'm just taking the numerical pi array using a cosine function, and this cosine function is going to start with 2, as we have basically 2 pi theta is like that. It's 2 pi, as we are using this numpy, so we have to go for this. So it is creating basically the 2 numpy. It means all the values taken from x1. So it will take all the values from x1 sequentially. So this is basically a cosine function. Now I wish to really decay this cosine function, then I can go for np dot, I'm just giving here exponential and giving a decay of exponential as minus of x1. See how much interesting it is. So here I'm just giving this cosine function, and the cosine function is created with the numerical pi array, all the values of x1 from 0 to 5, and this whole value is multiplied with the np exponential of x1. It means whatever the values are there, that will have an exponential decay of all that. Similarly, going to work with the second one, and in this one we are not providing any decay to this one, so creating the cos, and same as 2 asterisk np dot pi, and here we are working with the second one which is the x2. Is that done? Now we have a target to create a subplot of this one, so we are going to start with this plot. Just take care about this command. And what you want to create? You want to create basically 2. It means it is just giving an option to you how many rows basically you are looking for, 1 row or 2 row. So I'm just giving an option 2 row, and each row how many columns you wanted to give? 1. You wanted to give some index to it. See, all these things are being shown over here. You want to give some index to it? Yes, it's 1. So this is basically a structure of the subplot that I have created, and then finally I'm going for plot of, first of all I'm going to plot this x1, y1, and for the convenience I can give any color and shade to it. Later on we'll go for this. Then after I can assign a title to it that will work on later on. So I'm just giving this one. Second, plot dot subplot and under this subplot, plot dot subplot, we are just giving option. Now it is the second row, and the second row we are giving an option 1, and it is indexing is the 2. So second row the column is 1 but the indexing is 2. It is at the 1 indexing and the 2 indexing. Here what we are going to plot? We are going to plot the second one, plot, and we have a relationship between the x2 and y2. That's done. Simply I'm going to plot dot show. That's worked. Let's run this program and see what is the result we are having. So ultimately, see here is a plot number 1 is showing a decay, continuous decay is here, and it is showing the continuous waveform of this one. Now some more attribute we can add in this. What it can be? Suppose that I wish to give some title to this one that I have already told in my previous tutorials, but here I am also including it for convenience. Suppose that I want to create it like something. So assigning it something, I wanted to give this a red color, and a red color should be used with this some dash. Similarly, for going for the second one, and here I wish to give the green color and with some sort of the symbol O. And let's check what the difference we are having here. See, the same graph has been converted into this one. And similarly, you can add the title, you can add the x-axis level, you can add the y-axis level. All these things are possible here. So I'm simply here giving only the levels or the title that you can give to damped or undamped. So I'm just providing only y level for your convenience here. So in the plot number 1, it is a subplot. I can give a label to it. I'm giving a simple command using plot dot. If suppose I wanted to get the x level or the y level, so I'm just giving this y label, and this y label is nothing but giving damped. So basically here it is a damped, and the second plot we are going to this plot dot y label, and here we have this damped. Running it again. So now on the window we have just gotten this damped and undamped. Oh sorry, I have just written the same one, the damped and undamped. So here we have this undamped. We can change this like undamped. And if you see the results, that will be working. Yeah, it's a damped and it's undamped. So hope so you might be able to really understand how we can create two subplots. So the main thing is here, whatever the function we are applying, that is for the basically creation of a kind of a plot. This is a tool over here, but important thing is here, if we are creating this subplot, this helps us to create that how many rows we are looking for. This is the row, and here we have the column. In the row, in the column is 1, and indexing is first and it is indexing in second. If you want to change it for the column, you can go for, you can create your own one. It's a 1, row remains 1, row remains 1, and the column becomes, here in this section we are working for the column. So now we are creating the two columns. So the row is 1, but the column is 2. Two columns we have. In the indexing is 1 and 2. Let's check it out. See, the same figure is here, but in the columns 1 and 2. Similarly, the 1, 2, 3 columns, row and subsection might be created depending upon your utility and the size of a figure. Let's check out more attributes. Suppose that we have basically the 3 different database to represent in the form of a plot, and we wish to present them 2 in column and 3rd in row. So what we can do for, suppose first of all let's create a 3rd attribute. So I'm just copying it here and pasting. So here I've just created the 3rd variable for creation of a plot. So here I'm just taking it y3, or instead of using this cos, I'm using it sine. So here now we have basically the three things, y1, y2, y3, and basically two independent variable x1 and x2, and these are depending upon them. The plot number one. So suppose that now we have a target to create plot in rows as well as in column. So first of all we have to decide how many rows we want. So I'm deciding it. I want 2 rows and 2 columns. So this plot will be going to the indexing number 1. Similarly, we have basically 2 rows and 2 columns. It is going to be placed on the indexing number 2. Now the third we are looking for and creating the another one. Plot dot subplot, and in the subplot we are going to place the next one as 2 rows, 2 columns, and we are going to give it the indexing number 3. And what we are going to print? We are going to print this plot dot plot, and we have just created basically the x2 with respect to y3. The new number is here, and let's begin how it will be shown off. And you can easily provide a third one only the sine wave. You want to create the y level, you can create. So I'm copying this for you, and instead of writing this undamped or damped, we can simply write what we are doing. We are creating another sine wave. So this is done. So let's begin this one. So you see here it is a damped one first, which has exponential decay, and here we have basically the cosine one which shows you the undamped, and the third one is a sine. So here it is at the indexing 2 rows and 2 columns. So the 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, if you have the another one, you can easily give the index to it. It will come on this place and will be creating the fourth one. So this is really a very high simplicity of the Python language to create such kind of a chart and subplots. Now in this problem we have seen one thing. We are just creating this one, and we have seen some overlapped issues. If suppose your data becomes overlapped, then you have an option to go to really settle down your figures. You can easily go for typing, like suppose that I'm just repeating this for you, and we'll show you what problem we have. If you see here, so this is the damped is a sine, and here we have this undamped one. So this undamped is overlapped. How we can get out from this problem? So this is a very simple option. You should go here. You have a plot dot tight underscore layout. Just only go for that. So by doing this, that will be immediately tight the layout within its best fit. Let's running up this program. See here, so now it is damped, it is undamped, and finally the same one. So that problem, overlapping problem, has been resolved out by using this tight layout. One more thing you can go for, like suppose if you wanted to create this damped, undamped or sine in a different font or different color, that you can go for. So now I'm just giving an option to you to change the size. If you want to change the size, like I'm just creating an 18 font here and running for this. So you see, so here you see this font is damped and this is undamped, is in a low font size. Here we have just created the sign as per our choice. Similarly, we can provide the level here, we can provide the legends here, we can provide basically the kind of a result whatever you are going to do. Similarly, we have also options to go for the legends too. So if you want to show the legend here, you have an option. You can go for typing it here. Whatever the legend you are just giving, you just type plot.legend and same, whatever the level you want to give, just type it here, level equals to sine. So that is what the legend I have just given. Here I am just giving in the plot category level sine, and then after I am just giving this particular script plot dot legend, and this script is helping to create the legend. How it is helping us? Let's see. See here, so we have here sine, and in this particularly I have just given a level as a sine level, and this is come as a legend. So friends, you have just seen creation of plots and creation of subplots in the Python is extremely easy. And while we are just creating this one, we have a facility to really show our data in a more attractive way. And this way will give us the proper chance of analysis. So as far as the data science and analysis is concerned, and as far as the machine learning is concerned, in both the cases we always require representation of data in the way we are looking for. So this is really very much tool, specifically those are working with the data sciences, those are working for their research, those are working to create a different kind of projects and the patents. So it's really worthy. So I hope so you might be able to understand how to create the subplots. More options, more different plotting options and different categories, and will be available in the next videos. So if you feel somewhere is requirement of some sort of the questions, something you are just feeling to ask me, you can just mention in the comment box. I'll definitely help you out in the way by giving an answer, or as well as if something is there which is lagging behind and you are not just feeling comfortable in that, I can create that video for you. Till then, thank you very much. Bye bye.